Ricky Ricotta's mighty robot versus the Voodoo Vultures from Venus. Chapter 1. Late for supper. It was supper time at the Ricotta home. Ricky's father was sitting at the table. Ricky's mother was sitting at the table. But Ricky was not sitting at the table. And neither was his mighty robot. "It's 6 o'clock," said Ricky's father. Ricky and his mighty robot are late for supper again. Just then, Ricky and his mighty robot flew in. "Sorry we are late," said Ricky. "We were in Hawaii collecting seashells." "You've been late for supper 3 times this week," said Ricky's mother. "No more TV until you boys learn some responsibility." "No TV?" cried Ricky, "but Rocket Rodent is on tonight. Everybody on Earth will be watching it." "Everybody but you two," said Ricky's father. Chapter 2. Responsibility. That night, Ricky and his mighty robot went to bed early. They camped in the backyard under the stars. "I sure wish we could watch TV tonight," said Ricky. Ricky's robot unscrewed his hand, and out popped a big screen television. "No, mighty robot," said Ricky, "we're not allowed. We've got to learn some responsibility first." Ricky's mighty robot did not know what responsibility was. "Responsibility," said Ricky, "is doing the right thing at the right time." Ricky and his mighty robot were pretty good at doing the right thing, but they had trouble with the right time part. Chapter 3. Victor Von Vulture. At that very moment, almost 25 million miles away, there lived an evil vulture on the planet Venus. His name was Victor Von Vulture, and he hated living on Venus. It was so hot on Venus that everyone's food was always ruined. Their grilled cheese sandwiches were always way too gooey. They had to drink their candy bars with straws. And everybody's ice cream melted before they could even get one lick. So, Victor Von Vulture decided to move to Earth, where the eating was good. First, he invented the Voodoo Schmoodoo 2000. Then he climbed aboard and went looking for an army.
"There's one now. I'll shoot him with my hypno helmet."
Target, pow, kapoosh, bonk.
Ha 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 ha! There's another one.
Target, pow, bonk.
Ooh, look, 2 more.
Pow, pow, kapoosh, kapoosh, bonk, bonk, bonk. Victor Von Vulture had his army.
"No, I need a big army."
Secret growth rate. Click. Gazoo.
Ha 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 ha! Now listen up, bird brains. When I press this button, a voodoo beam will shoot through space. And when it reaches Earth, the planet will be ours.
Ka-chunk. Chapter 4. Voodoo Rays from Outer Space. Ricky and his mighty robot fell asleep under the stars, while everyone else in town was watching television. Suddenly, a voodoo ray from outer space beamed down through the night sky. The strange signal was picked up by all the TVs in town. The screens began to glow eerily as a strange voice came from the wicked signal.
"Obey the voodoo vultures,"
said the voice.
"Obey the voodoo vultures."
Soon, every mouse in the city was hypnotized. Chapter 5. Breakfast with the Robot. The next morning, Ricky woke up and went inside to fix breakfast. But all the food in the house was gone. "Hey," said Ricky, "where's all the food? I can't go to school without breakfast." Ricky's robot knew just what to do. He flew straight to Florida. A few seconds later, he returned with an orange tree. Thanks, mighty robot, said Ricky. I love fresh squeezed orange juice. Now may I have a donut? Ricky's mighty robot flew off again. Soon he returned with some fresh donuts. Hey, Ricky laughed. I said donut, not a donut store. Please put that back and bring me some milk. Ricky's robot flew away again. This time he returned with the freshest milk he could find. Said Ricky, I think I'll skip the milk today. Chapter 6. Obey the Voodoo Vultures. After breakfast, the mighty robot flew Ricky straight to school, but something was not right. All the mice in school had strange looks on their faces. They were all carrying food out the cafeteria door, straight to the center of town. Ricky found his reading teacher, Miss Swiss. What's going on here? Asked Ricky. Obey the Voodoo Vultures, said Miss Swiss. Then Ricky saw his math teacher, Mr. Mozzarella. Aren't we supposed to have a test today? Asked Ricky. Obey the Voodoo Vultures, said Mr. Mozzarella. Finally, Ricky found Principal Provolone. Where is everybody going with all this food? Asked Ricky. Obey the Voodoo Vultures, said Principal Provolone. Ricky was not getting any answers. Come on, robot, said Ricky. We've got to get to the bottom of this. Chapter 7. Those vicious vultures. Ricky and his mighty robot followed the long line of mice to the center of town. There, they saw a horrible sight. Victor Von Vulture had taken over the city and turned everybody into voodoo slaves. The hungry vultures were eating every bite of food in town. We want more chocolate chip cookies, yelled one of the vultures. Yes, masters, said the mice as they scurried off to start baking. And no more rice cakes, yelled another vulture. We've got to stop those evil vultures, Ricky whispered. But how? Ricky and his mighty robot looked around. They saw Victor and his evil invention. I'll bet those vultures are controlling everybody with that remote control, said Ricky. We've got to get it away from them. But that was going to be tricky. Said Ricky. What we need is a distraction. Chapter 8. Ricky's Recipe. Ricky and his mighty robot hurried back to school. In the cafeteria kitchen, Ricky mixed together some butter, sugar, and eggs. Then he added flour and chocolate chips. Now comes the secret ingredient, said Ricky. The mighty robot flew straight to Mexico and returned with the hottest peppers he could find. Ricky stirred the cookie batter while his mighty robot added hundreds of super red hot chili peppers to the mix. The mighty robot quickly baked the cookies with his microwave eyeballs, then cooled the pan with his super freezy breath. Chapter 9. Dinner is served. Ricky and his mighty robot returned to the center of town. Ricky pretended he was hypnotized as he bravely carried his cookies toward the Voodoo Vultures. It's about time, said one of the vultures. Give me those cookies, said another. The greedy vultures were fighting over Ricky's cookies. They stuffed them into their mouths as fast as they could. Grab, snap, whoosh, snap, crunch, 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 crunch. Chomp, crunch, munch, crunch. Crunch, 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 munch. Oh. Ah! Oh, oh, ah, 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 screech. Oh, gasp. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie! Screamed the vultures as they danced around in pain. Ricky's mighty robot grabbed the Voodoo Schmoodoo 2000 and crushed it in his mighty fist. Suddenly, all the mice in town returned to normal. They screamed at the sight of the Voodoo Vultures, and everybody ran straight home. Ricky's mighty robot had saved the city, but Victor Von Vulture had another plan. Chapter 10. Ricky's Bright Idea. Victor Von Vulture knew that Ricky and the mighty robot were working together. Quickly, he swooped down and grabbed Ricky.
"Don't come any closer, mighty robot,"
said Victor,
"or I will destroy your little friend."
The Voodoo Vultures were very angry. They huffed and they puffed as they surrounded Ricky's mighty robot.
"You're going to be sorry you tricked us,"
said Victor Von Vulture as he flew higher and higher. Just when everything seemed hopeless, Ricky had an idea. He reached up and grabbed a feather from Victor Von Vulture's rear end. Ricky yanked the feather out.
"Ouch!"
yelled Victor. Ricky wiggled the feather under Victor's claw.
Hey, stop that. It tickles,"
laughed Victor Von Vulture. But Ricky did not stop. He wiggled the feather faster and faster. Victor began laughing harder and harder. Finally, Victor Von Vulture let go of Ricky. The little mouse fell through the air. Chapter 11. Robo Rescue. Ricky was in big trouble. He was falling through the sky faster and faster. "Help me, mighty robot!" Ricky cried. With lightning speed, the mighty robot's arm shot up into the air. The mighty robot caught Ricky by the back of his shirt and set him down safely in a tree. "Thanks, buddy," said Ricky. "Now go get him." Chapter 12. The battle begins. The mighty robot flew up and grabbed Victor in his mighty fist.
"Help, Voodoo Vultures, help!"
yelled Victor. Suddenly, the evil Voodoo Vultures got ready to attack. The mighty robot was outnumbered.
"This is going to be fun,"
Victor snarled. The Voodoo Vultures began to attack. The mighty robot defended himself.
"Hey, wait a minute, robot," said
Victor.
"Put me down first."
But the mighty robot did not have time to put Victor down. Victor was stuck in the middle of the fight. Every time the mighty robot punched, Victor felt the blow. Every time the mighty robot clobbered, Victor got clobbered too. Every time the mighty robot clunked heads, Victor got the worst of it.
"Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie!"
cried Victor Von Vulture.
"This is not as much fun as I thought it would be." "Hey, you two, grab his arms." "Perfect. Now you two grab his legs." "Wonderful. Now stretch him like a rubber band."
Boing! Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Mighty robot, fire up your rocket feet! Whoosh! Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. Chapter 13. The Big Battle in Flipperama. Chapter 14. Justice prevails. The evil Voodoo Vultures were no match for Ricky Ricotta's mighty robot. "Let's get out of here," moaned the Vultures.
"Hey, wait for me,"
cried Victor Von Vulture, but it was too late. The Voodoo Vultures flew back to Venus and were never heard from again. The mighty robot picked up Ricky, and together they took Victor Von Vulture to the Squeakyville jail.
"Boo-hoo-hoo!"
cried Victor. "Maybe now you will learn some responsibility," said Ricky. Then Ricky Ricotta and his mighty robot flew straight home. Just in time for supper. Chapter 15. Supper Time. Ricky's mother and father had cooked a wonderful feast for Ricky and his mighty robot. Oh boy, said Ricky. TV dinners? My favorite. We're both very proud of you boys, said Ricky's mother. Thank you for doing the right thing at the right time, said Ricky's father. No problem, said Ricky. That's what friends are for.